Good morning. Happy Monday. Welcome to the Good Morning Vibe Tribe. I'm going to turn over the reins to the lovely Skye. Okay, sorry about that. I could not get myself unmuted. Good morning, everybody. All right, so I'm just getting settled. I'm pulling up the get it to pull up. Okay, so this morning I was thinking of using the GLAD technique. I believe this was introduced to us back in like the Destination to 40K group, if you were in that. And they had asked us what we thought about it. It was like a personal development or self development for that day. And I personally thought that this was just a great daily gratitude. When it comes to personal development or self development, I prefer something that makes you dig a little bit deeper. So I thought this would be perfect and something different for this morning. So Okay, I can't hear you. Other
from
people can't hear you either. There you go. I heard that.
Okay, can you guys hear me
Yes.
good now? Has it been cutting out the whole time?
No, just that one big part after the GLAD technique, we dropped you.
Oh, geez. All right. Okay. So I don't know what anybody heard about the Destination to 40K group, but let's just start with it. So you start with G and one thing that you're grateful for from yesterday. Like I was saying, put it in the comments. You know, if anybody like wants to unmute, feel free like to just interrupt me. That's what everybody that knows me has to do to get a word in edgewise. I promise. So then, after you write down the one thing that you're grateful for from yesterday, what's one you go to the L, and what's one thing that you learned yesterday? I personally like any kind of gratitude that has something that makes you think about what like you learned, and which brings us into the A, because one thing that you accomplished yesterday, or one thing that you could accomplish today. And D is what is one moment of delight that you had yesterday? Yes, yes, I was reading some of the comments. And if anybody wants to unmute, you totally can. Otherwise, we'll go into Lavelle news and updates here, guys. So, on the 1st at midnight, they announced bonuses again for the month of April. It's the same thing as last month. Double QV, you know, so you can hit your ranks faster, all of the same details. So big, exciting things there. The Ultimate Thriver voting is open. There was emails that went out. Be sure to check your junk folder if you haven't seen them. Go vote. There's some pretty crazy results this year. So that is super exciting. And the winner is announced at Thriveapalooza, which is coming up here. In fact, it's next week, the 8th and the 9th, if I remember correctly. So if you're not planning to go to Thriveapalooza, definitely consider like tapping in to the virtual event, or watching your team page. Usually people are live in there about it. Yep, live streaming 100%. Absolutely. So, if there's any chance that like you can make it, like jump on the plane, drive there, whatever, get there, it is so worth it. It really is. And, there's always people that are willing to squeeze you in. So, don't worry about having a place to stay. You definitely wouldn't be the first one that's just showed up there. And Easter is coming, you guys. So promos, don't wait for the company to make your promos. Do it yourself. Ask an upline. If you need ideas coming up with some Easter promos, be sure to, reach out, reach sideways, whatever you need to do. Any of us are willing to help come up with that stuff.
You cut out again. Okay, yeah, you're back a little bit. You talked about the Thrive-A-Palooza coming up. Get there if you can. I put in the comments that if you do not have a place to stay, the person I was staying with is looking to replace me. So reach out to Messenger if you need a place. And then you're on the main Zoom, sweetheart, if you're ready to go.
Alrighty, guys. So, backtracking to kind of how we started today's Zoom, I wanted to touch on the fact that, like, how does everybody actually start their day? Like, being honest, aside from like going to the bathroom, getting a drink of water, like those normal things, like, after you do those things, do you grab your phone right away? I mean, honestly, I am really guilty of this. I will still do my gratitude sometimes beforehand, but a lot of times I've already looked at my phone. And the problem with just grabbing your phone in the morning is that, like, you're just starting out in.
Okay, and she cut out again. When you grab your phone, you have no idea or control of what you're going to open. It could be fantastic news or it could be terrible news. And yeah, you're up, Skye.
Is it not working? Like, am I cutting out super bad?
You're cutting out, so that's why I picked up to where what you do when you grab your phone, and then we're at, it might not be anything more than normal update.
Weird. I am so sorry, you guys. My Wi-Fi has just been a mess. So, and it snowed here last night, so it always affects that. All right,
I got your notes, so.
Yeah. Sorry, guys. I'm trying, so it's always something. All right, so yeah. Personally, my phone always has a lot of everything on it that I need to respond to, and you're not starting in a very proactive mode. So, I challenge all of you to do something more in your control of what you can. I personally start the day with, I found like a very short 3.5 minute little clip that's 42 Rules to Life. And I want to share a few of those in a little bit, but it's just a short motivational thing that I can do for myself that puts me in a better place and puts me in the right state of mind, because I want to bring my whole self every day. Okay, so some of my favorite rules in this little clip. So this is a 3.5 minute clip on YouTube by Jordan Peterson, and it's called 42 Rules to Life. And I just wrote down some of my favorites. So pursue what is meaningful, not what is expedient. Assume the person that you're listening to has something you need to know. Imagine who you could be and aim single-mindedly at that. Make at least one room in your house as beautiful as possible. Compare yourself to who you were yesterday, not to someone else is today. Work as hard as you possibly can on one thing and see what happens. If old memories still make you cry, write them down carefully and completely. Maintain your connections with people. Treat yourself as if you were someone else that you were helping. Ask someone to do you a small favor so that he or she may ask you for one in the future. Nothing well done is insignificant. Set your own house in perfect order before you criticize the world. Stand up straight with your shoulders back. Notice opportunity lurks where responsibility has been abdicated. Read something written by someone great. Remember, what you do not know is more important than what you already know. Be grateful in spite of your suffering. So there is a ton more of these rules, and there, like I said, there's only 42 of them, so there's not a ton. But I love it. It just reminds me each day, like, so many different things. I can apply all of those rules to, like, personal life. I can apply them to my Thrive business life. So I love them, and I can drop that clip in the comments once we post the Zoom. Okay, guys, so why self-development or personal development? First, what's the difference? Self-development focuses on developing new capabilities and adding a new direction in life, whereas personal development focuses on ways to improve things that are already part of one's life. Second, you're aging anyway.
Okay, so second, you're aging anyway. You want to age into something beautiful. You want to find a mode of being that makes all the suffering worth it. Are you back, honey?
Yes.
Okay, so I firmly believe
the only way that you can do this is through self-development and personal development. It's about interacting with yourself and your own mindset and really knowing what's going on inside your own brain and paying attention inward. You're going to feel so much more empowered when you make sense to yourself. And when you push your mind beyond what is comfortable, you're just going to feel this, like, huge strength inside of you. It's going to help you understand so many things about yourself and others. It's going to help you understand your traits, which in turns, it's going to help you know what kind of people you want in your space and, the people you want around you. It's going to allow you to know what you're good at and how to capitalize in that and fully enjoy it. Knowing your traits is going to keep you motivated, and conscientious people just tend to work harder. Motivation determines your aim. Everything. If you're hungry, you eat. It goes along with an old proverb that I really love. Necessity is the mother of invention. And I believe it was Plato, whatever. And Aristotle said, "We are what we repeatedly do." Excellence, then, is not an act, but a habit. So in my opinion, we should repeatedly keep growing. We all need to keep striving for improvement. Everyone's brain needs that new information, to continue to flourish. And learning is contagious, and it doesn't stop unless you want it to. Earlier I had said what you do not know is more important, or there was like a rule along that. So what you do not know is more important than what you already know. And that is like my number one rule of life. I like to think of it as just having humility. You don't need to know everything, and that's a good thing. Someone once said that, if you're the smartest one in the room, find a new room. And it's so true. You always have to assume that you have something to learn from the person you're talking to or whatever the situation is. You're never going to stop learning. And then what you didn't know before, it can start to be your friend. And, I like to say, do you want to be right or do you want to be happy? I refer to it as being a right fighter in life. Oh, goodness. All right. So think of it this way. Do you want to be the tyrannical queen who has everything figured out? Or do you want to be the continually transforming hero? Or maybe sometimes a fool that's getting better all the time?
And that's actually a choice. You get to choose that. Think of self-development and personal development as an investment into yourself and all of the people around you.
Personally,
Got it?
I don't know.
The more you grow, the more you can unconditionally love others. And I've learned that to be so very true.
Yeah. Yeah, it's very true. I mean, it took me a long time in life to learn that, like, I didn't have to wait for others to love me. Like, you're not the receiver of love. Like, you have to broadcast that. And, in return, you will feel it back. For me personally, the thing that I think that I've found the most interesting and the things that I've learned through all of this is how much our subconscious literally controls everything about how we perceive life. And perception is reality. No matter who you are, your perception is reality. And what you perceive to be true, it is. And what you perceive to be untrue, that is. Anything you struggle with, anything at all it is your subconscious programming doesn't support the conclusion. So if you think of your subconscious kind of as a program in your brain, and it's actually more of kind of your programming of life, where, and it mostly goes in the first 7 years of your life when you're in a theta state is what it's called. So, but I'm not going to go into all of that. That programming, the subconscious, it actually controls like 95% of life and the way that we function and go through each day. Our thoughts are controlled by that, and our habits, are determined by that programming. And if the programming is, it doesn't get any better than this, I'm not worthy, blah, 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 you're just going to stay that way, and it's going to affect your actions. But the crazy thing is that, like, you can literally rewrite the programming, and it's amazing and exciting, and it's not easy, but it's so rewarding. But the formula to do that is
Okay. The formula to do that is easy, though. The fake it till you make it. You want to be a happy person? Repeat it out loud all the time. I am happy. Who you are.
95% of life comes from the subconscious. There's going to be a point that it actually gets, I am happy. And you're not going to have to say it again. It's just going to be automatic. And that's why affirmation and gratitude are so important. So remember, though, out of all self-development and personal development, it takes courage and it takes being vulnerable. And there's no time limit. There's no right way or wrong way. It's just you, yourself, and you. And you're always open to changing. You're trying to overcome all your previous programming, years worth of programming, and it's not going to happen overnight or even in a day or even in a week. But I promise, if you put in the hard work, you're going to get to where you want in life. It's just probably not going to be the way that you imagined, but you're going to learn and adapt and grow. Okay, so that's what I have. That's my big rant on personal development and self development and why it's super important. Does anybody have anything to add on that?
I put a challenge out in the chat. Pay close attention to what you say to yourself today. Jot it down and see how you can change what you're telling yourself. What you tell yourself is more important than what anyone else tells you. So make sure you're telling yourself the right thing.
Because those thoughts are very, very powerful. And it does start there. Okay, so I kind of have like a back to the basics social media checkpoint that I've been doing some refreshing on, like back in the beginning when I first joined. And so I kind of did a little social.
And we lost her again. Are you back? Social media checkpoint.
Nice and clean and crisp.
Hold up. We lost you. Right after you said social media checkpoint, going back to your page.
Yes.
Start from there.
All right, perfect. That's exactly where I was. I hadn't gotten past that. So, what does your page look like to others? And, you know, we're all making new friends and stuff like that all the time. So I like to kind of, you know, go through a little audit, if you will. So if you go to your page and you click the view as button, you know, how does it appear to everyone else? You know, your profile picture should be nice, clean and crisp, and it should show your face clearly. Like, I like to think about how it's going to look in the bubble head in Messenger when you're messaging people. Your intro, maybe just a quick sentence about your page. You know, what are people going to get? Followers showing. Nice, clean cover photo. Make sure your friends are hidden. You know, you can change that to only you in their settings. Your profile should be set to public. Turn on that tag review in your settings so that people can't just come and post on your wall, because that ends up messing up kind of your algorithm. Keep your posts intentional and keep them positive. You know, avoid drama. Remember that, you know, you're running a business and social media is a tool. And when it's done right, it's a lot of fun. Posting 2 to 3 times a day, you know, once about Thrive, but don't be a Thrive ad. Remember that what you say, you believe. Are you being authentic? Because people are going to like you for you. Plus, you want to draw in like-minded people, and it's more fun when you don't have to fake anything. So when you're posting, is it salesy? Is it relatable? Think about how everybody else is going to see it, because when people see your posts and they're thinking about joining you on like the business side, they're going to think that they have to quote unquote sell like you. You know, they're going to think they have to be just like you more than anything else, I guess. So, you know, your posts need to kind of be relatable and, you know, not too out there. And, you know, do you know your 5 things? And
And we lost her at 5 things, but you guys have already been told about your 5 pillars, the 5 things that make you you, 5 things you love about the business, 5 things that you love about the product.
yes.
She's back.
What was the last thing you heard?
About the 5 things.
Oh, yeah. Your 5 things. So are you staying consistent with them? I actually, like, I asked my Facebook to tell me the first 3 things that they think of when they think of me. And it was really helpful to know what they were thinking, and on the other hand, what they weren't thinking. Because, like, for example, I breed Shih Tzus, and it's a huge part of my brand. And if not a single person had commented like dogs or Shih Tzus, I would have known that I definitely was not posting enough about that. And if you don't know your 5 things, I just a few things that I have written down would be, what do your close friends and family know you for? What makes you passionate? What keeps you up at night? Or what gets you up in the morning? So, well, those were my two topics. And the last thing, because today's just going to be a short Zoom, I guess. I don't even know what time it is. Oh, it's only 6:25. All right. So I just have a final note with spring right around the corner and the world coming out of hibernation. Remember to thrive out loud and keep making your new contacts this spring and this summer. Get back to your belly to belly and, wear your patch where people can see it. And remember compliments because that's how you can start conversations with people. It's the best way.
Oh my goodness, a snowstorm today in Canada. I do have something to add. Now, this coming weekend is Palooza. Next weekend after that is Easter. It is a great time to come up with some promos of your own. Don't wait for what the company puts out there. You already have a constant promotion of 20% off. You already have a constant promotion of a free box of shakes. Now in your back office, they can get the 4-week experience and you can even get the promoter pack with every single flavor. All flavors are an option now. And we've got some pretty good flavors. People want to try the fudge brownie or the snickerdoodle or the and there's another one, fudge brownie, salted caramel. People want to try the vegan vanilla. This is a great time for them to be able to try that without putting extra money out. Great promotions, guys. If you want to run like a special, maybe free shipping or $10 off or something like that, and you can't do it, reach out to your upline. I'm pretty sure with the bonuses that's going out right now, they're going to be very willing to help you. A friend of mine from this Zoom, she introduced me to something called 100 Thrivers in 10 days. It's an amazing thing. It's a lot of work. I'm not going to lie to you, but make a list of 100 names of people you've never spoke to and get in their inbox, build those relationships. Do you want to talk about Thrive right away? No, not at all. But you want to build new relationships. Some of you might take longer than 10 days. That's fine. Some of you may want to cut the number in half. That's fine. But build new relationships this month. The time is now. Your business, if not already blowing up, is going to be blowing up very soon. This is the season that people want to get healthy, that people want to lose weight, that people want to have something better. The world today is in a freaking shambles. Show them how they can have something more. Show them how they can have something healthy. Show them how they can be happier versions of themselves. Now, it's Monday. If you have not already done a story, I challenge you to go out there and talk in your stories about one thing that the capsules have helped you with, one problem that they have solved. You can put out there, mental clarity, better health, happiness, losing weight, but you're going to be so overwhelming to somebody who doesn't know anything about these products. So I challenge you, pick one thing about each product and talk about that one thing for each individual step this week. Just one thing, not everything. And that's my 2 cents. That's what I had to throw in. And if Skye has nothing else to add, we're going to go ahead and end this morning's Zoom because this was a lot of fire and a lot of things for you to start implementing. And I do challenge you, go through your Facebook page, give yourself that self-check. I challenge you to rate your gratitude every day. I challenge you to, I forget what other challenges I put out there, but y'all know. I challenge you to pay close attention to what you say to yourself more than anything. Because I used to tell myself, you're You're not good enough for this. Why are you even doing this? People don't want to hear from you. You're in recovery. People don't want to hear from you. You've been abused. And excuse my language, but that's bullshit. It's total bullshit. I am worthy. I am allowed to be happy. And my story and my struggles can show other people that they can be happy and healthy as well. So let's go out there and share our struggles to help somebody else get through the hard. Skye, you got anything else?
Yeah, actually, I just
And when she comes back, she'll tell us what that other thing she wants to add is. See, this is the main thing that I love, regardless of what people are going through and the issues
under
they
know
have. Hold on. The issues they have
Yeah.
with cutting in and out because she said she had one thing to add and then she totally cut out. But
No.
she's still showing up. She's still doing the hard. So, honey, I have to shout you out for that. This has been an amazing morning. Go ahead with your one other thing.
You know, I appreciate that. I really wish that my
I don't think the universe wants us to hear her one other thing. Skye, honey, you cut out again. And I don't even think she can hear me.
Oh my gosh, can you not hear me?
Totally cut out
How's
again.
that?
We can now. So we lost you after appreciate.
Oh my gosh. I would love my Wi-Fi to cooperate. I'm so sorry, you guys.
Hey, it's not you, it's Wi-Fi. And everybody here knows what that's like because I guarantee everybody here has been hit with that at one time or another.
I think we're getting the same snow as Canada. It's heavy and wet. No, nothing. Still just cutting me out.
Erica's saying yes, that hers is wet. And so, yeah, you guys are getting the same snow.
Yeah. On the site, on Lavelle website, there was a little note about now that Ultimate Thriver is over to if you had anybody like on auto ship during that, because there was that requirement that you have the auto ship with your people that were doing it, to make sure that like you follow up with those people and, you know, help them still reach their goals. Just because Ultimate Thriver's over doesn't mean that, you know, they have to stop working hard or anything. So just be following up with any of those people that were doing Ultimate Thriver. And yeah, with that, you guys stay passionate and remember that your passion is yours and your purpose is for others. Use your purpose or use your passion to make a difference in someone else's life today, because that's the purpose.
I love that. All right, guys, go crush your Monday. I will get the recording up very soon. Have a great day. And like I said, share your heart because there's people out there that need to know how to get through that hard.